WrestleMania 30 was probably one of the best pay-per-views I've seen from WWE in a long, long time, and one of the best WrestleManias that I've seen in a long, long time. I was very happy with that. Extreme Rules, I gotta tell you, it did have its ups and downs, but it was a good pay-per-view, probably better than last year. I'm not gonna get into most of these matches. I'm gonna get into the ones that I think the fans like the most, but the ones that were not that good, or at least I don't think the fans care much about, I won't get into. First one is the pre-show Hornswoggle and El Torito in a Wii LC match, just a mini version for the TLC, as they call it. I'm not getting into this. I mean, the storyline between these two guys is kind of dumb. I mean, I get it; they're trying to entertain the fans, but I mean, come on. In the end, El Torito won the match. The opening of the pay-per-view, though, was a good way to start it off. It's a triple threat elimination match with RVD versus Swagger versus Cesaro. Not bad between these guys. It was a good way to start the pay-per-view off. Swagger got eliminated first, kind of obvious. He got eliminated after getting hit by a suplex by Cesaro, and RVD hits a 5-star frog splash. RVD, though, gets eliminated last when he misses the 5-star frog splash. Cesaro uses the trash can that was brought in, hits the neutralizer on RVD right through it, and gets the win. And that's pretty good for Cesaro. I mean, getting a win over RVD, it's pretty cool. And I'm looking forward to seeing what they do with Cesaro and how Paul Heyman is going to help him, further his career. Next match was Alexander Rusev in a 2-on-1 handicap match against R-Truth and Xavier Woods. Not getting into this match either because didn't actually last very long. Wasn't that good, but what Rusev did to those two guys, impressive. Looking forward to seeing what he does in the future. In the end, he gets the submission win and is still undefeated. And I'm looking forward to seeing who's going to go up against him. Hopefully, it's a mid-card guy who can make him look good, so that way he can be ready for the main event in the future. I don't think not yet, but you get the idea. Next was the Intercontinental Championship match with Big E going up against Bad News Barrett. I gotta tell you, the crowd was actually behind Bad News Barrett. They were cheering more for him and booing Big E. So I was surprised with that. I still was convinced that Big E was going to retain his championship. There was a good spots here and there between these two guys, even when Bad News Barrett was on the outside on the apron, and Big E hit a spear, taking those two guys out. But in the end, though, I mean, Bad News Barrett still got more cheered, and he hit the bull hammer on Big E, and he's now a 4-time Intercontinental Champion. So congratulations! I'm glad that Barrett is getting back on track ever since he's been not used very often. So I'm looking forward to seeing what happens, and because there's rumors going on he might turn babyface. I don't believe that, but the way the crowd's going with him, it might happen. Next is the match that I believe stole the show. It was the Shields versus Evolution. I thought this was going to be near the main event, but this is actually pretty cool. This is an awesome match between these guys. It was the veterans versus the new guys, the old dogs versus the young dogs. A pretty good match. I was actually concerned because I was wondering how Triple H and Orton and Batista were going to make the Shield look good, how they were going to go with this match, because I know Triple H is not young anymore, neither is Batista. Orton's getting there, and I was wondering how long they were going to last this match. They actually lasted very long in this match. They actually did well. Seth Rollins, Dean Ambrose, they actually did well against Triple H, and I'm very surprised how the crowd was were into this match. I was very glad they were. The match near the end, though, it got very chaotic. Everybody was just fighting everybody on the outside in the ring, and the fight took place up in the crowd. Seth Rollins, Dean Ambrose were fighting Orton and Triple H up in the crowd. They threw Dean Ambrose down the stairs. It wasn't that good, actually. I think Dean kind of messed it up, but then again, they couldn't make him look like he really did fall down the stairs badly, because anything could have happened to him. But it was still good. But that is not what I like most about this match. What I like the most is, while Orton and Triple H were beating down Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins was getting on top of where the crowd were, and he got over the railing and hit a crossbody on everybody. He hit it on Orton, Triple H, and Dean, taking them all out. That was awesome. That was probably the that was the highlight of that match. It was awesome. Back in the ring, they had Batista and Roman Reigns in the ring. Roman got hit by a spinebuster. Batista was going for a Batista bomb. Roman pushed him out of the way, hit him with the Superman punch, and hit the spear. And the Shield beat the Evolution. That was actually cool. I was actually very surprised how that happened, and I'm looking forward to seeing what happens. Because I went into this thinking, okay, you go two ways. You can go with Evolution winning, they fight, Shield beats them at Payback. But now that the Shield won, I'm pretty sure Evolution's gonna probably beat these guys at Payback. That's what I'm thinking. If they do, where are they gonna sell this rivalry once and for all? Are they gonna sell it at Money in the Bank, at Battlegrounds, or at SummerSlam? Either way, we're probably gonna get another awesome match. Next match, it is the Bray Wyatt versus John Cena steel cage match. This is actually a pretty cool match. Not as good as Evolution and Shield, but it was still good. Especially in the when Bray Wyatt came out, the lights were out. You could see the fans had their cell phones out, had them all light up, and when the Wyatts were coming out, you could see how many followers were behind Bray Wyatt. And the fans, they were behind Bray Wyatt the whole way. They didn't give a damn about John Cena. They were more behind on Bray Wyatt, and I could not blame him. This was a good match. I mean, John Cena kept trying to escape the cage. The other two Wyatt members kept him out. Even after John Cena brought in Luke Harper into the match, he was still trying to get out. Bray Wyatt doing that spiral walk move, trying to get to the door. John Cena stopped him, hit the AA from the top of the ropes. Bray Wyatt trying to hit the Sister Abigail, could not do it. Eric Rowan tried to get involved, but John Cena took him out also, and he also had Bray Wyatt laid out. So John Cena tried to escape the cage. He was about to win when the lights went off, and when they did come out, there was this kid right there, right in front of the cage, holding a microphone, singing, "He's got the whole world in his hand." Except it was more of a demonic voice, and I was like, "What the fuck is going on?" And I was watching. I was thinking, okay, that shouldn't have happened. That kind of seemed a little stupid. But in the end, John Cena, you can see his shocked expression, like, what the fuck's going on? As soon as he turned around, Bray Wyatt was there, hit Sister Abigail, and he just got out of the cage and won the match. He won, and the way he did it, I think was a surprise. I think that was good, but I'm pretty sure there are gonna be a lot of people that are saying that was kind of stupid. But either way, Bray Wyatt beats John Cena, and I'm looking forward to seeing how this rivalry ends at Payback. I'm pretty sure it's gonna end there. So I'm looking forward to tonight on Raw. I'm looking forward to Payback. Next match was Paige versus Tamina Snuka. I think this should have been after the Shield and Evolution, but either way, it was still good. I liked the match a lot. The crowd was behind Paige. They didn't seem to care about Tamina, and Tamina trying to get the crowd riling, but the crowd didn't seem interested in Tamina. I mean, Paige, whenever she screamed, she did get a reaction. In the end, though, she was able to lock in that submission hold of hers. I was wondering if she could or not. She did. She made Tamina tap out. I'm glad she's still champion. I'm looking forward to seeing what happens next. Who is she going to go up against, and how well they're going to do with her as champion. Next match, we get to the last one. It is Bray Wyatt. It was a long night, and I woke up very early. It is Kane versus Daniel Bryan in an Extreme Rules match for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Now, I gotta tell you, this was not the best match of the night, but it was pretty good, especially seeing how these two guys were just beating the hell out of each other. Or mostly Kane was beating the hell out of Daniel Bryan. I mean, this fight took in the ring, it took outside, it took even to the back, where Kane had a TV monitor, threw it at Bryan. Bryan got out of the way as the TV hit the cooler where the water bottles were at, and the TV just got destroyed. That was a pretty good TV. I mean, it's not that they got rid of it. Then we had Bryan put Kane on a forklift and just carried him back to the ring. And Kane just beating the hell out of Daniel Bryan, including when Bryan tried to hit a suicide dive. Kane caught him, hit him a choke slam right through the announce table. And then this is where I actually liked. This is actually what I liked near the end, where Kane took out a table, took out some gasoline, he poured it on the table, he lit it on fire. And I was like, oh yeah. And the crowd were like, they were loving this. They were loving it a lot. But Bryan was able to kick Kane onto the table. And you saw that they as soon as Kane went right through the table, they came right in and started spraying him with a fire extinguisher. And they did not stop. They were still spraying it. As soon as Kane got into the ring, Bryan hit the running knee, retained his world championship. So I gotta say, that was kind of awesome how they had that end. But it was kind of funny how the guy kept spraying Kane with a fire extinguisher. Like, okay, I'm out. Stop doing that. Shit, stop doing that. Oh shit, damn. Boom. Got hit in the face. That was funny how the guy was still spraying Kane with it. But in the end, as soon as Bryan turns around, he was up, leaving the ring. And as soon as he turns around, Kane gets back up. You can see he's bleeding right there. Either blood or probably a bit of burn. Either way, Kane looked pissed. He did his pyro move, and you could tell this is not over. You could tell this thing between Bryan and Kane is not over. I'm looking forward to seeing how this rivalry is going to end at Payback. And it's going to be in Chicago. It's going to be in Illinois. So maybe CM Punk might get involved. I could see that happening. Maybe they bring back Punk, special guest referee, or maybe Punk is there to help Bryan win the match. I don't know. I have no idea what they're gonna do. Either way, I am looking forward to seeing what happens and what happens tonight on Raw. Well, that's it, everybody. If you guys had a different opinion of what you thought about Extreme Rules, leave some comments below, and I'll get to you guys as soon as possible. And if you guys are looking forward to seeing what happens tonight on Raw, then you're not alone. A lot of people are going to be looking forward to it too. Take care, goodbye, and see you all next time.